No, but anyway, it's so three of you were in underneath the warehouse. Okay. While one of you has come back from a night out there, and I've forgotten some names, where a friend of Asra's is, I'm trying to remember what her name was. It Kim, thank you, Kimberly, had partaken of.
That's impossible.
Right. Okay, that's one mark against you, sir.
What? Against me?
Don't ask. Don't worry. Ask what it's for. You'll find out later.
Oh no.
It's. I'm keeping a tally. I'm checking it twice.
I found my notes from the Pathfinders.
He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice.
Yeah. I remember.
Why do I remember?
What was that? The cheeky version of Santa Claus is coming to town today. Joke about
Krampus?
Oh no, I made a joke. I tweaked the wordings about naughty and nice and all this to being something wee bit. No, it would have to be said after the watershed. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
There. It was quite funny at the same time. It is, so we had Kim there who got her hands on. You guys have been mucking around with Lust, which was a power form, but supposedly there's a new version of it called Venom, which is in liquid form there. And she's, initially got what appeared to be very wasted was by your initial estimates. But you then came across a situation where while you were taking care of her, you woke up to find that she was outside on the balcony of your mother's friend, mother godmother, Anara, thank you. I remember she was a godmother, Anara, thank you, on the balcony of on the balconies of Anara's property, and found that she was having a sweet embrace there of a gentleman who, when you shouted and accosted him, he went off the balcony, floating all the way down, okay, towards, the actual floor, to the ground without falling to his death there. And he seemed to suggest that he might meet you up another time there. So I think we'll leave a certain group of people who supposedly are having to maybe do something on the clock first. We'll deal with the one person. So, Asra.
Yes.
Okay. As we said, after what's happened here with Kim having a make-out session with, this supposedly this Edward Wannabe, how is Asra responding?
Not too keen at what's going on.
Yep.
Especially with all the news, even Anara was bringing up that, the drugs that she gave her months ago aren't showing up as ODs at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, yes, it's best that we're taking care of Kim and the downstairs studio surgery center in Anara's basement than taking her to the hospital itself.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the way everything transpired. She has marks on her that even I can't explain.
Yeah, there's two very small circular marks there. I can't remember if I said it was the neck or it was the wrist. Thank you. That's what I was.
The one that was in the bar area, we haven't discovered where that one is, if there is one there. I just found her passed out there.
Yeah, that's correct. So I would say with this, Anara has decided to get Kim over to the hospital because she's a wee bit concerned about what's going on. I would say after a kind of like frantic kind of half an hour after you initial shout waking up everyone in the neighborhood practically, is you're getting a doctor, a doctor's talk. You see an hour and a doctor talking there while you're waiting in the what's the word? Basically in the hallway of the hospital, just outside the room that comes in, and you just see him. You see an hour thanking the doctor. The doctor walks off, and an hour comes back to you, and she just goes, "Okay." So Dave. So with the kind of wounds that they were seeing, and with some of the tests that we're doing, it looks like she was suffering from anemia. So they've got her on blood there, and they're going to keep an eye on her. I've also advised them that she might be, dosed on something, but as I said, at the moment, all the quick drug panels they got to test, they've come up clean. So unless it's something really specific, which they don't have, they've taken some samples. They're going to check against the more uncommon ones there, and the ones that take a wee bit longer to test for, but the normal ones that they do look for, nothing there.
Is this a private or a public hospital that Anara runs?
Oh no, Anara. This is America. This is gonna be private. It's not at this time of night. It's not gonna be a clinic. Well,
there are public hospitals. I wasn't quite sure because the private ones, it's a little bit harder to get into private ones.
Yeah, no, I'd say, with the way we've been kind of describing Anara, I would say she's a member of a board for a private hospital.
Okay.
There. Okay. It's, it took about some finagling because you can see there's like a lot of like rooms that are just it's clear just slowly but surely like other parts of the hospital have been like supposedly turned over for what they're expecting to be is the outbreak of COVID there. So they're kind of getting ready for that, but at the same time, it's more like the actual public, municipal hospitals or whatever you call them are at the moment taking the flood of them, but even they are starting to get ready for taking the overflow there. So at the moment, Kim has got her own room, but it's going to be a question of how long can they keep her in there or how long until they're putting her into, a shared room of other people there, just with hospital space.
The reason being is because the encounter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling Anara that the person couldn't come in through the window. I'm not telling her that.
Right.
Because it sounds totally messed up, but at the same point, it was like when I said those
you're wondering,
words.
It's like you're trying to think. Are you trying to work out? Could anyone just have the permission to come into the building automatically, no matter what? Right. So what you would That's fine. Give me an intellect roll on this. I would say. Okay, no. I would say it's kind of the, there's a potential risk, okay? Because you've come across stuff that talks about, for supernatural creatures, the concept of thresholds, okay? And you know that for thresholds, a lot of that can be, a place of business. It doesn't actually have a threshold. Things can walk into it. But if it's like a home, and I mean a home, a family dwelling, if the longer a family's been dwelling there, the stronger the threshold, the more harder it is for something of the supernatural persuasion to get in with all its power without being invited in. Okay. And this is where you see a lot of things about the stories about vampires having to be invited in. And the storylines, this seems to be part of the concept of why they have to be invited in, because if they were to walk in without it, they're going to not have a lot of their power behind them. Other places that would have thresholds are places that have been blessed. Okay. So any places that have been sanctified for worship will give some manner of protection there.
The reason I asked if it was private, because more private hospitals are run by churches. They're saint hospitals, so that's why I was clicking my head in.
Right, what you probably find is if you were to get her stuck in the hospital chapel, you'd probably be safer. That'll be the safest place in the hospital. If it's a standard, anywhere else in the hospital, it's more likely you're hoping that the constant hustle and bustle of the hospital would deter someone from trying to make an attack. That's what you'd be kind of hoping for.
Basically, whatever subconsciously, I'm not wanting to tell Anara something, because it does sound really childish, but at the same point, I don't remember why I said it, why I instantly went into those subconscious things. At the same point, it was
okay. I would say there's nothing. You're probably, I would say, kind of subconscious. Your mind's maybe going to stuff like, heads of garlic being, from a certain book, being put over a certain, over a victim's bed to try and deter the said creature. Yes, if you have not yet clicked on the literary clue I'm talking about Bram Stoker's Dracula here, folks. Okay. I'm just trying not to reference it as much there, but it depends on what that is, I think. But it's a question of how much are you wanting to actually say, how much you're wanting to voice out. If you don't really voice it out to an art, she's just going to say, look, I've gotten her the best room. Okay.
It's not that I don't trust Anara for the best care. I'm doubting myself, because now we're here. The stuff isn't coming back in panels. Everything's not adding up, but at the same point, I'm recalling back of when I pulled Kim in, the guy stops there and I said, I'm not the owner. I don't remember why I said that. I don't know why I would have done it.
Yes.
So I don't want to, alert Anara, and because we're already here.
No. So how would you think, I think the question is if Asra's not, I think the question I'm then needing to understand, so we know where the story's going next, is if Asra is not sure what to say to Anara, is there anyone that Asra's mindset is on who she would want to talk to about what's happened?
Yes and no. Again, it's that.
Has a certain godfather maybe burned a bridge here before it was needing to be burned? Or is that what we're getting at?
Yeah, apparently, yes, a little bit. And she knows, like, going to, her parents about this would probably be a no-go as well. So she's right now trying to piece stuff together. Actually, she's actually going to text their friends that were at the club, because they were actually partaking fully into that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to tell them, hey, you need to watch yourselves.
Yeah. Let's get a haste roll from you. Let's just see how quick you are able to get a hold of everyone. No. I would say, thankfully, despite what's happened, with Kim, you get a hold of everyone else. It's like you get like the usual. No. It's like Juliet's with me. Don't worry, no, Juliet's with me. She's just passed out. No, don't worry. No, I've double checked. She's still breathing. She's snoring her head off. Don't worry about that, Asra. You're getting that. So it's what you're getting from the people that you have talked to. They're able to clarify that, they're able to account for everyone else. Everyone else seems to be fine. It's just everyone's, sleeping off what they've had there, or the few that you've got are just the people with stronger constitutions, who can just weather the storm. But you can tell they're under the influence. You can just tell from hearing the conversation there. There's slurred speech and all that sort of stuff. But at the same time, apart from the earlier incident at the club, nothing else seemed to have happened there. It just seems to maybe some of your friends maybe partied a wee bit too hard, but by the signs of it, they're just going to regret it in the morning with the hangover and the withdrawal symptoms from the whatever they've taken.
I have my stuff on me. I'm actually going to call the drug dealer.
Oh. So you give a call. It rings. Rings about for a few minutes. And he goes, "Hello.
Hey. Do you know your stock on Lust?"
"Yes."
"How much for it?"
What? Hold on. When you say how much for it, how are you talking the entire lot?
Yeah, we talked about it last night.
Right. That's right. You're not pulling my leg here.
No, we talked about it last night with that pretty little blonde.
I recognize your voice, but I just want to make sure it's one thing me giving you a file, okay? But if you mean all of it,
I mean all of your Lust. If you cannot sell it, I will take it.
Okay, yeah. What I'll do is, am I good to send you a text on this number that you've called me on?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'll do, let me double check how much I've got. I've got quite a bit, but let me actually just make sure how much I've got. And I'll then give you a number. I'm not expecting you to say, yeah, you'll buy all of it there, because I think, don't get me wrong, I wasn't expecting this Venom to hit the streets there, but that became the new thing. So it has left me stocked up, but I need to actually make sure how much I've got there.
And whenever you get that number, I also need at least 20 vials of the venom.
20 vials. That might take, that'll be honest with you, that's taken, because most of the time when I'm getting that stuff, I'm only getting that maybe like 10 vials at a time from the distributors there at the moment. It's literally going off the racks the second it gets in. That would take a wee bit more work, but I could try I think I can wangle something with that.
How is 50,000 for 20 vials work for you?
Very, very, very profitable.
Too desperate, to be honest.
Yeah, this is where you probably will hear there's maybe, depending on how much Asra's paying to the conversation, there's a wee bit of maybe a catch. It says, I'll get back to you. Okay.
Okay.
And the call hangs up there. I need to see if I actually gave a street going rate on this Venom stuff there. Did I? Folks?
No, you didn't. But I was like...
25, jeez. I think
No,
you might
Daddy
have...
does not know where his child's advocate shoots. But at the same point, Esther is right now trying to figure out what the hell her friend just took.
Yeah.
And she knows that at least 20 vials would be enough to cover every single test done in an hour's ticket.
I'd say that. Oh, yeah. And let's be honest, the way he described this stuff is basically a vial there. It's like one drop is enough to get you going. Like a vial is bought by, it's bought by a group of people for them, to share amongst themselves.
Well, the fact is, in the back of my head, I'm actually saying, it's not like they're taking it out of a human being. 20 vials isn't going to put them in death.
Actually, you're right.
As you're probably having that thought, actually, we'll segue to a certain warehouse underneath the city of New Orleans. So, someone had a phone call with a certain father and made them aware, oh, by the way, you know how you thought that the potential rivals to your family were gone. Yeah, there's actually a huge hive of them here getting milked for their venom. You might want to do something about it. By the sounds of it, so when you had that conversation, Alistair, you've only heard that tone a few times with Alistair. He's going to be coming with guys.
Guns a-blazing?
Basically, yeah. You're on a clock to get as much remaining information and get out before you're having a situation.
Before we get started on this...
I think I need a couple of rounds for research purposes.
Before we get started on the timing thing,
yeah, sure.
Technical issue or question?
Yeah, sure.
Did we finally get a reset of our?
I'll give you a reset of your. I'll give you a reset of your fate points. Yes, sir. I'm not going to be that cruel.
Okay.
Having it go on for 3 sessions. Yeah, I'll say it.
And does that include the wealth point?
I'll give you the wealth point.
Okay.
Back there.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll be generous. It's like if we had finished, I'd been planning on finishing where it was last session.
Finish him.
But with computer issues, that didn't happen there. So yeah, no, that's fine. Happy to put them back up.
Yes.
The fate points refresh. We'll back up by 1. Okay.
Asra, you're when you mouse over the map, you're making people happy.
What?
They see this fox wandering around the city. You're making the crowds cheer.
Oh, my little fox. There you guys go.
Okay.
Foxy.
Actually, if I can get it to sleep, it actually will fall asleep.
All right.
There you guys go.
It's like,
Never even saw it. He just
guys,
saw it.
Blink, we should have made them think that they were all going, damn, I shouldn't have taken those drugs. I'm seeing fox cursors up here out of nowhere.
Yeah, New Orleans is being invaded by a giant fox.
Seriously? My dear didn't tell me about this sort of hallucinations.
It's here to fox us up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make sure it's a different mouse cursor every time we're on again.
It's now Godzilla. What?
No. So, right. So what you've got is, as I said, we've got time. So the way I designed it is you've got basically 4 segments worth of time. And if you guys want, you can leave right now. Okay. But if you're wanting to try and get more information than what you've already got by just looking at the place, okay, you're going to need to describe to me what you're looking for, what you're searching for, how you're doing it. Okay. I will come up with, we'll get you to do a roll. If you fail, how much you fail by is how much time you waste in trying to get that information. Okay. So if you miss by 2 points, it's 2 segments of time.
If we succeed, we don't use up any?
Yeah. I'll have it that you're doing it within sufficient amount of time there that you're actually quite quick on the block there.
Cool.
I would say though, if you keep doing a lot of rolls, I think eventually at some point we are going to start counting off clocks segments off, right? But if you're quick with 1 or 2 of them, and it might be, I think it's also dependent on what you're asking for at the same time there. If you're going with quite something extensive and you find it, even if you succeed, you might lose a segment of time anyway. Okay, but that's the cost of doing it.
I had some really great ideas 3 weeks ago that I've completely forgotten.
Yeah,
4 weeks ago, was it? I don't know.
It's been insane. Yeah. So I'll describe the situation. So you got into the warehouse. You then found that there was basically a hatchway on the floor that you've went down. Okay, and when you've gotten down, you've walked along a corridor and you've then found yourself out in a small, I say small, it's just more like it's from the way the light's hitting off at the moment, it's giving you the kind of Minds of Moria effect of it just seems to stretch off into the distance and you're just seeing rows of tables, okay, going off into the distance in the dark where there's these individuals strapped down on medical tables where there's actually machines, draining them, and you find that they're getting drained this front. It seems to be these tubes that are draining this liquid is attached to the face, right? Wooster, what Wooster would know, I'm not sure if he's told anyone about this, is he did take a sample because all this people are getting drained, that's been pulled up through piping into basically machinery upstairs in the warehouse.
Yeah, that's what led us down here.
Yes,
the machinery
exactly.
Upstairs. Yeah,
exactly. There, as just a reminder for anyone who's just maybe forgotten. Okay,
or for Tricky who wasn't here.
Yeah, or for Tricky. Yeah, because I think it was like Sla upstairs had taken a wee sample of this and found his long lost love of addiction to opium, as he liked to call it, but actually red court vampire venom.
Potato.
Yeah, exactly. And that I'm not sure if Sla. I don't think Sla is actually. Have you actually told everyone what it is, or you just say it's nasty stuff? There, you do. That's what I'm just trying to remember. I don't think he said.
Well, let's just say that. Yeah. Oh, vampire saliva. I'm gonna need a few vials for, testing.
Testing, yep. Yeah.
Sounds like not good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing I'm going to put to you is, as you come down, Sla has realized that what all these. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. This is the bit I forgot. Is the things that are strapped to the tables, they're not in their human form. They are fully in their actual red court form, i.e. massive man bats strapped to the table, because that's where Calista was having her freak out there. I just remembered. Yeah, that's it. Because she was wondering what the hell was going on there. And that's why Wooster's character basically phoned Asra saying, yeah, I've got them here. I'm seeing
exactly monsters.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
It's like
so
I can't even describe my what I'm thinking. I'm in shock. I'm like,
yeah.
How can a person look like that?
Right.
Because those are not persons. Those are vampires.
Mm-hmm. So
vampires?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen better cosplays at some of my parties. Oh, no, never mind.
Right. So, as I say, you've got for basically a small amount of time to clear out there, or investigate for more information, and potentially deal with the consequences of being caught inside. Okay. It's a question. So it's a question of, what are you guys going to do there?
Robert Slatherman, right? That's the guy who's the warehouse owner.
Yes, he's the one who owns the Downtown Development Society, who owns this warehouse, amongst other development opportunities, including a casino in the downtown area.
I just wanted to see if I had the right motive for what I was thinking of doing. Okay.
Right. So, do any of you have an idea what you're wanting to do? Because I'm guessing, would Sla have announced, oh, by the way, I've just told someone about this. They're going to come in with some heavies to deal with us. So we might.
I do believe Sla even said that we are going to be getting some heavily armed.
Yes, exactly, and we might want to get away. So, how now that Sla has actually mentioned, oh, by the way, we don't want to be here for long. There, he's going to establish that there is a time limit.
Is there any reason why we want this? What do I call it? Not procedure. Operation to continue.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. I think they're gonna come and burn it anyway.
Well, so I was thinking of giving it a head start.
I'm just thinking you wanted some more information about this bullshit.
Yeah, but I can't remember what I thought about 3 weeks ago.
So
if you've been there in 3 weeks, you're going to have company. I think you had company 2 weeks ago, basically, at least. Sorry. That's.
Okay. There's two things I'd like to do.
Right.
One involves using some of the C4 I got from Carlos to do some damage. And the other is to find some records of some kind of linking Doofus to this place.
I would say if there's going to be any records, that's going to be more likely upstairs.
Yes.
There is the way you're just when you're looking at this doesn't seem to be any places for
this is the lab.
Yeah, basically.
Not the office.
And even then, unlike other labs, there's no like charts with like information on there, nothing at all there. So if you're going to be looking for records, you're probably wanting to go back into the warehouse.
Yeah. I was going to go back into the warehouse for the explosion too. I was going to do it where it connected the stuff coming up to the big machinery and blow that up.
Yeah,
maybe take out both. But
I know Carlos got you quite a few things, but I don't think he's giving you the exact amount of. I don't think I said he gave you C4.
Well, explosives of some kind. I picked C4 just because it was easy to carry.
I think he gave you like a few things there, just more like the amounts he gave you was maybe to, burn through, like break open, like potentially break open like a safe or something like that, or
like thermite kind of thing, as opposed to.
Yeah, that's why. That if Carlos, if they had been agreeing to getting you some explosive, it wasn't going to be enough to do like a Hollywood blow up the entire warehouse sort of deal. It would be like a wee bit to, take off a lock or, maybe.
Fine. I guess I'm not doing the blow up plan. I'm doing the find the Becker's plan. I wanted to blow things up.
No. See either that, or you can phone them. Go. You don't by any chance have more explosives?
Or a rocket launcher you can shoot at this place?
Yeah.
I just see this as a backlash from somebody else getting blown up from a different campaign.
What?
Oh, I see. Because I kept blowing up John, he's not going to let me blow stuff up? That's no fair.
No. I'll let him blow up the things. I'm just going to see, how does he do it so I can actually have all the consequences of him committing arson come and bite him in the backside?
I wasn't here.
Yeah.
I wasn't here.
Yeah.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Yes. Like, that depends. We'll find out. Okay, so you're thinking of going to the office, right?
Yeah.
Anything in particular in the office you're going to be. So as you say, you're looking for anything are you looking for anything directly with Slavlin's name on it, or are you looking for any connection with the DDS? Because on paper, the DDS on paper own this place, but doesn't mean that he knows about it.
Can you explain for everybody else and me, because I have no clue, what is DDS?
This is the Downtown Development. This is the company.
The company, okay.
This is the company. So at most, the basic information you got is, he's at the top, he runs it there. And this is like, it seems to be at the moment where a lot of the activity for them in New Orleans, apart from like the hotel and the casino developments in the downtown area, there seems to be even more of their resources are devoted here.
Okay, DDS, Dastardly Deed Society. Okay.
Yep, if you want to call them that, that's cool. Then it is.
Well, I'm guessing I'll know what it is when I see it. Yeah. Well, since you gave me the brilliant idea, the first thing I'll look for is a safe.
Sure.
That shouldn't be too hard to find.
No. All right. Okay. So you're going to be looking for a safe, right? Sla, where's your brain going? Are you going to be just going for leave, or
here's one, here's another one?
You're just taking files, right?
I'm trying to fit as many as I can into my pocket.
Right.
Why not just open one of your doors and just keep tossing them through?
I think somebody might steal them on the other side.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I think that one you're not really having to search. They're coming off a manufacturing line. You know,
I
it's more of
know.
a question of how
That
do
looks
you get
good.
you stuff in your pocket without them spilling
Yeah,
out
that-
and breaking on the floor there. So
I do believe that is my major malfunction at this moment, yes.
Yep, sure. Okay, you're doing that. All right. So I think that one can be done safely without, it taking that much time. It's more a question of when everyone's finished, them dragging you out as you're trying to grab more of these things. Castilla.
so we're both,
Calista,
so we're both
sorry,
doing.
what are you doing?
Yeah, we're both doing things safely. I'm going to the safe, and you're doing things safely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, Calista.
Me, I'm like, I was in shock, and then I'm like, what? There's got to be a link. There's got to be a link to the guy being killed and this. There's got to be a link. So I follow Kent up to the office for paperwork.
Right. Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be asking two of you to be doing a role because one of you is just engaging in petty theft. Okay.
At the scale I'm doing it, it counts as
Probably grand larceny, maybe. Yeah. Depending on the
also illegal, possession of illegal narcotics, but that's a completely different issue.
with the intent to distribute potentially there.
As if.
Let's be honest, but let's be honest. So let's actually, depending on your ethnicity and what you've got, that can vastly change to whether that's just possession for you just to use to enjoy yourself, and whether that's just
It's my personal stash. Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary what you can get away with. You're a white banker and you've got a mound of cocaine. You go, oh, that's your personal use. Got it. Slap on the wrist. There, you've got a wee bag of crack and you're black. Oh, yeah, that's an intent to distribute 15 years for you. It's like, what? But that's...
It's a completely different discussion.
Completely different discussion, yeah. It is... Okay. So we're getting into... So Wooster's doing that. Both Calista and Kent, you're got into the office. And what you will find is you will actually find that there is a safe, okay? But there is also filing cabinets. You can see that they are locked there. So it's a question of how are you guys going to be trying to get into it? Just so I've got an idea. Are you going to be taking your time to try and pick it? Or
Given we're going to be, this place is about to get raided and shot to shit, blown up, I don't think it really matters if there's evidence that somebody has broken into the files if the place is going to be torched.
I just want to get your ideas how your characters are thinking of doing this.
Okay.
Because it's just so I get you to pick up.
To see, I go to the desk to see if, I open the drawers to see if there's any keys to the file cabinet.
Right. Okay.
I mean,
so you're looking to, right. So I'm guessing Ken's just using brute. You're using brute force. You're just using anything you can just to break open into things.
Yes.
There. Right. I'll be getting you to do a force roll. Okay.
I was hoping for focus, but okay.
There and
Is
there is a safe. So
that's what I'm going for. Yeah.
You're going to focus on the safe, right?
See, a focus roll. Yeah. No. I know. Can I get any bonus or for
I would say the fact that you've been given some material to help you break into things, I'm going to drop the difficulty for you.
Oh, okay. So that's the same as getting a bonus. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
That's good because my force isn't strong. The force is not strong with this one.
Yeah. Okay. So
and let me know when you want me to roll.
Yep. Okay. So that's going to be a force for you. Okay. I've got a number in my head for you. Okay. And then Calista, you're going to be, as you're saying, you're looking for keys to see if there's anything in the actual filing cabinets. And you're looking, I'm guessing you're looking for employment records there, you're saying. Right. So, okay. Are you trying to rush it, or are you being methodical in checking the keys?
I'm being methodical.
Right. I would say then potentially either focus or intellect, just to like make sure that either that you're not picking up the same key again and again, or doing it in a way that you're,
Okay.
You're picking whatever one. And
Do you want us to roll?
yeah, if both of you roll.
Ooh.
Okay. One segment of time has been taken up there. Right. So Kent, with the illegal pyrotechnics you've been given access to there.
Was it me who used up the time, or was it?
I'm not telling you there.
Because I could use a fate point to add too.
I am.
Okay.
I'm not saying. I just want to give you a wee bit of tension there.
Okay.
It's with you doing this. You've got this. You get open the door safe comes off there with a clank there. You see that there's manila folders, okay, and the envelopes there, along with a few floppy disks, a few disks. There's also a few tapes there. What are you?
It's 2020. Why would there be floppy disks? But okay.
Indeed, why would there be floppy disks?
Yeah, there'd be hard drives. No. Back to McCoxafluffin.
No, there's none of that in there. I can tell you for sure.
I'm going to grab everything.
Right. So you get a bag. You start shoving that all there. Okay.
Did not know that.
That actually explains a whole lot about Japanese society.
Hmm.
It's
5 1/4 or 3.5 or 8.
Oh, come on. Let's be honest. No matter what, it's not as big as you say it is. Especially when it's a floppy.
That's what she said.
Exactly.
Okay, so grabbed all that.
Yep, you grabbed all that. Okay. Going over to Calista. Takes a wee bit of time, but you finally start getting the keys in place. You start pulling open drawers. You realize some of the drawers aren't employment files. They're actually just like, invoice orders. Okay. So that's what's got you, because unfortunately none of the actual cabinets on the outside are marked. Okay, this is why it's taking you a while. You're having to find each individual key to start pulling them on. You do eventually come to one that is listed as employment records. Okay, when you're looking at them,
I scan to see if the
name Devereaux is there. No, it's not.
And I also look to see if the person that died is in there.
No, as I said, there's no mention. There's no folder with the mention of Mr. Devereaux. Nothing there.
I'm not talking about Mr.
That's the guy who died.
It's Devereaux.
Yeah,
that's the guy that died.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
What's the other name?
The other guy that died. Yeah.
There's quite a few other people. Which one specifically? I can't keep going checking up.
Hey,
Listen
look
to
under
all the
dead
people
ones.
I've killed off in this campaign. Which one specifically are you looking for, Miss?
Do you do any of the names? Does any of the employment records,
Have names that like jump out to you?
Known drug dealers, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm just trying to think of. When you look at the names, while the initial conversation seemed to be suggesting that Devereaux had a run-in with Voodoo Boys because of the area of town where he had the run-in in, the names, like the surnames you're seeing, you wouldn't associate them with Haitians. Okay. A lot of the names, when there's, see that, just when you look at the name, you would actually associate that with being potentially just normal Anglo speakers, potentially white or blacks mainly. There's a few Hispanic names in there also, but again, the vast majority of them, they're more like your John Smiths, your Thomas Pattersons, that sort of stuff.
so aliases?
Give me an intellect roll, please.
While she's doing that, when we came into the nice roll. When we came into the warehouse, did we see anything that was actually not drug related?
No, everything at the moment that you've come across seems to be this entire manufacturing line.
Okay.
Everything is either the filing and then the packaging leading off to the distribution. So you've seen the machinery. You haven't really had a look at what's going on in the distribution area, which is at the further end of the warehouse.
We haven't seen a lot of PPE, you're saying?
No, you haven't. There.
I.e. what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. That's probably one of the things that's clear, that you find everything else apart from PPE there,
Okay. In that case, I think know what I want to do next.
You're wanting to check the rest to see.
No.
All right.
Calista found invoices and stuff like that.
Okay.
Invoices for what? I want to use like my business sense to figure out, okay, what, like, it can't be as simple as these are invoices for the drugs.
Oh, no. It's when you're looking at it, we're talking about the invoices are for like the styrofoam packaging, the files, the machinery there that's in there. Like, from the looks of it, it's, a lot of this is heavily automated. So the very big ones are like the invoices for the actual machinery and the robotic machinery that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting there. But then there's also all the replacement parts for the actual getting all the files and all the auto stackers and all that.
So in other words, what you're saying is it's more evidence to screw them over with. Okay, grab that too.
Right. So you've got that. Okay. Anything else you guys are doing?
Well, I got a 4.
Oh, you got 4. Thank you. Sorry. Right. There's one of the names, and it's one of the Hispanic names, kind of just catches your eye. Okay. And it's basically so I'm trying to remember the name of the group. So I'm trying to remember the name of the two gangs. You had the Voodoo Boys was the first one. Oh, the Diablos blanket. Sorry. That's the name of. So basically, the name of the guy when you see this name and you look at it, he's listed as head of security. Okay. And
I pull the file. I take the file.
yeah, but you actually recognize the name of it being it's a name that's being used by a member of the Diablos. There.
I
Devils.
pulled the file.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and I hand it to Kent, and I'm like,
Stick it in the bag.
Well, stick it in the bag.
Okay. Anything else
What's
you guys
the
are doing?
name?
Mhm.
What's the name?
It's to be determined.
You didn't catch it. Sorry, that's on you. No, I would say it's
Sarlos Cantana.
Why are we picking on Carlos?
because he's
not
going
here.
here.
Sarlos. We already have a Carlos in here.
That's the worst part.
It's I say it's Hector. It's Hector.
How about Solrak?
That was Sauron.
So a Hector. I'm looking for like. So we got Hector as the first name. What can we get our recommendation for a surname?
Vector.
Sanchez.
Hector Vector.
Jeez.
Hector Sanchez. How's that?
Hector Sanchez.
Hector Sanchez. Right. Fair
Or
enough.
Herrera.
Herrera. Oh yeah, Hector Herrera. HH. This.
Hector Smith.
So he's an H. So he's double H in it. Got it.
I like Herrera. Let's go with
Okay.
Herrera.
Write that down.
I did.
Yeah, Hector Herrera.
Thank you, Froggy.
Thank you, Frog.
Right. So we've got this Hector Herrera. That does catch your name because he's actually a big time enforcer for the Diablos. There's anything else you guys are looking to do? Or are you bugging out?
On the way to, I want to see where things go, like later in the manufacturing process line thing.
Right. So you want to see what happens at you're like in the distribution end. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But on the way, I want to use the last little bit of this thermite to, you know, where the tubes came up and then feeds the rest of the mechanisms.
All right. Yeah.
I'll just like eat through that. The tubes. Eat through the tubes.
Okay. So you just set that up just so it just wrecks the machinery. Okay. Right. So you're doing that. Okay. It starts to kind of fizz. Okay.
Run away.
And what then happens is as the system realizes that it's losing pressure for the suction, you hear the entire thing comes to and just like a red, red light starts coming up, and there's like a whoop, 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 just basically.
Oops.
Yep.
Oops.
It's at this point you do hear there's kind of shouting going off at the far end. Basically you've been hanging around the arse
the
end
back of the side,
back of the side where there wasn't a lot of people.
Whoa, you just went seriously.
Oh, I know. I don't know what's happened there. Hold on. I am just going to do a quick thing. As that. And then that. Because sometimes when... So what... So...
What was in my water?
Yeah, so it starts off alarm. You're hearing voices from the other end where there was some bodies, but not as, because it was the night shift, it wasn't as busy as the rest of the day. So you're hearing kind of shouts and you're hearing like voices go, check the machinery. Right. Yeah. I'm giving them a call. Just check the machinery. There. What are you guys?
I think this is our cue to leave.
Mm-hmm.
This is my cue to shine, you mean?
Oh no.
Hiding in the shadows. This is my purpose in life.
Right. What are you guys doing? Because
I'm leaving.
you probably were trying to grab up a file and then found that you miscalculate because the thing just slams to a halt and your hand just hits.
Ah, damn it. Ah. Oh,
Well, now they're not moving. They should be easier to hit.
Ah, yes. Greed.
Addiction.
It only took him like a century to get off the stuff. And he's getting back onto it.
Yeah.
17
Well,
lifetime supply.
it's gonna be a while since until I can get more of this. So it's
Look, you didn't go cold turkey because the vampire court went extinct here. You did it yourself. You don't need to go back onto it, but you're willingly jumping back onto the wagon, sir. Is it hey ho?
He has some guilt that he wants to get rid of.
Jeez.
That's a completely different drug.
Right.
Lost venom, guilt. Yeah, they're all.
Yep.
right.
Right.
What's happening?
Yeah.
That's finally looking around.
You probably start seeing the lights in the warehouse start to flicker on as it would appear that someone's moving along the warehouse. And you then get like a check from him going, yeah, you've got, Carlos and Dorel who are watching for you. They're going, yeah, you've got movement towards the back. I don't know what you've done there. You might want to bug out.
Roger.
Right. X starts to moving. all the jingling of the many vials in his jacket and pockets.
Right.
I'm picturing Dijon from DuckTales the movie running.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. So so Slav's moving. I think Kent's moving. Calista, are you moving?
Oh, I'm moving.
Yep. Okay.
I'm moving.
Move
I'm
it,
out of
move
there.
it, move it. Yeah. We
As-
meet at the prearranged exit that's been rigged.
Yeah. So I'd say what happens is just as you guys are leaving, okay, you'll see, coming in on the road, okay, to then, swerving, down onto the road, going towards the front entrance is a convoy of black SUVs there. That will actually be, they go outside as they pass the warehouse, but, what the hell is going on with my camera today? I did not know. The autofocus is going like mad. Is you see these black SUVs just pass you and they're tearing up the road. And it's just a couple of seconds after they get outside, you're hearing an almighty crash where it sounds like maybe an SUV crashing through a gate there. And
The front gate. I assume you mean the front gate,
Mm-hmm.
not the side gate that we came through.
No, not the side gate, away from
the
you.
side gate that we were going to come through.
Mhm. And it's just, is anyone looking back at the warehouse there?
Yeah.
You're going to see like flashes, very bright white flashes through the windows.
Forgot my popcorn.
No, somebody's naked and opening and closing their trench coat. They're flashing the place.
What we saw are flashes of gunfire, probably.
Or flashbangs.
Flashbangs. It would. It's
What are
white.
flashbangs?
Magnesium grenades, basically.
Oh,
When they hit the floor, they make a huge flashlight that basically blinds you.
It's two things: flash of light and bang, and I mean bang. So A, you're blinded, and B, you're disorientated because you're deafened. There, you can't. Basically, it's how most special, a lot of army. It's like most of the armies when you're breaching potential rooms or even SWAT teams, that's what they will throw in first there.
gotcha.
Though why SWAT needs flashbangs when that's another topic. If you want to see what I was about to start going into, watch John Oliver's last week tonight on SWAT tactics, where certain police forces shouldn't be allowed access to military grade hardware like flashbangs. There.
I use it in DBD a lot.
And you can also to distract monsters, killers in DVD. Yes.
Yeah. So you're just hearing that, and you're hearing the kind of crack as the bangs are going off there. There's quite a bit of shouting going on from the warehouse. One or two screams, and then it goes quiet. What are you guys doing there?
I think it's time to ear. Get the H out of here.
Get the H out here, right? Okay. So that's what your Kate's doing, right? Calista, right? Slow,
Fully cloaked and everything.
right? How are you going to go back to the deli
Diner?
place? The diner? Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to review what he found.
Okay. While that's so, it's like as you're getting into you get into the diner. Okay.
Give Carlos back his equipment.
Yeah. Carlos and like Darrell are saying, yeah, we might be wanting to bug out of here.
Yeah, I think this neighborhood is not going to be a safe place to be for a while.
Yeah, because they just point out of the window, and what you see a few individuals, coming out, and they're, someone's like directing towards all of the buildings that was overlooking the warehouse, as you see what appears to be the wee beginnings of flickering of flame come out of the warehouse. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that's a good fix.
Sorry, Asra, you might not get your
This message
order
brought to you by
anytime soon.
Pepsi Max.
Speaking of Pepsi Max, we have the Max Lime here at my house if Wooster wants it.
You can keep it.
You sure? I mean, I'm sure the American version tastes totally as refaulting.
Oh, no. It's not the American version. It's the one that Wooster brought over in the fall.
Ah, right. Okay. So definitely just as revolting as the last one for you, sir. There. It's like, that just reminds me of drinking the special flavors of Iron Brew, because that was a weird concoction.
Oh yeah, it was mint.
Mint lime.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because you're getting different tastes that they're fine by themselves, but together just go, this doesn't work.
Okay, so we should get the hell out of here and eat by further than just the deli.
Yeah, that seems to be what they're suggesting there.
Gotcha.
All right. So are you all individual? So how are you going to be leaving? How are you all going to be leaving the place?
Well, we can either go back the way we came, or if Margot has another one of her handy doors.
I'd be at the diner already outside.
I'd say you quickly you're able to get to, the diner was just basically across the road because it gave you a watch over point, so you could run to it if you wanted, or you could have taken for the sake of experience, I'm going with one way or another, you got to the diner.
From there, we can walk out, like, inconspicuously.
Yes, late at night, across from a burning warehouse. Yeah, that's nothing conspicuous about that at all. Well, I'm going to hide in the shadows while that's it.
Not like they're going to go to the...
Actually, didn't we park behind the...
Yeah, you parked so
behind the diner.
You parked behind the diner. Callista parked a couple of blocks down.
Blocks away. Yeah.
Right. So it's the question of, are you guys? What I'm getting at is, are you guys going to be retrieving your vehicles to drive away, or are you going? Okay.
Yeah. So she's gonna just walk. She gave the information to Kent.
Right. Okay.
And then she has nothing on her other than, her clothes.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And her keys. And, she's just going to walk on down the street, get in her car, and meet at Kent's house.
Okay. I am going to get you guys I'm going to do a roll for you guys to roll against. Just for shenanigans' sake, you're not going to know what the number is. There.
Oh, he's pulling out his dice. He's pulling out his dice.
So, which one am I using?
It's how do you think are you going to be speeding away, or are you going to be trying to just drive as if you're like normal, or are you trying to like normal? So definitely not haste. So definitely not haste. Then. So are you trying to focus on see if you're being followed, or are you just trying to relax? Relaxed. Okay. So probably
nothing. I'm hiding nothing.
Right. Okay. I would say you're just trying to do it as more like a guy. You're trying to act like if you're just like on a normal drive. No care in the world. So a roll and guile for yourself. Ken, how would you be driving? Off?
Pretty much the same, except who's with me?
I'd say
is Margot with me?
Margot, are you going by yourself, or are you going with someone?
I'll take Kent's way.
You would take Kent's way. Okay.
Okay.
Who's driving between the two of you then, would you say?
It's my car.
I'll gladly.
I got all the gadgets in it. And I guess I know all the gadgets built into it. It's not the Batmobile, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Phantom Menace. Again, nonchalantly.
Okay.
As a backup, I can just bribe anybody who really wants to stop us.
Right. I think it's just it's also going to be kind of guile for you in that case. You're just trying to look.
Well, I ain't a gal. I'm a guile.
That's terrible. Right.
Ooh, I rolled really, really bad.
Okay. We'll find out why I was asking you to do those rolls there. Can you also
use a fate point to add to?
Nope.
Can I use a fate point to re-roll?
Nope, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
But this is just for shenanigans afterwards. Okay.
The license plate is switched to some other
it just rotates every 2 streets. You go down between 500 you've got,
and it's set to Slatherman's car. Yeah.
which I kind of highlight. If you were ever to be caught with that, would get you done.
Give me what?
That would get you done. Automatic changing license plates would be illegal because the assumption would be if you've got them, it would be to evade the authorities. There.
Yeah, that's what the money's for.
Money's there to convince the judge that he isn't that bad of a guy.
Yeah. Right. I think this is time for our break.
A break, yeah.
Yeah.
Good, I need
Sounds
to ice my
about fair.
shoulder.
See you in a bit.
Yep, sure.
In a bit.
And right there.
Are we live?
Yes, we are. Okay.
Damn.
So,
We're back.
By the way, we came back while we were listening to Send the Pain Below. Just saying.
okay.
The music randomizer is great.
Okay. So, I think while 3 other people suffer trying to figure out what's going to happen next to them, I don't know why they're wondering why they're going to suffer. I'm a nice, benevolent GM.
Bullshit. Sorry.
Allergies again? Is it?
Yeah.
Do you
I'm
really,
allergic to bullshit, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you really want me to answer this?
Will Smith's calling. He wants that line back. There. It's right.
Either I don't get the reference or why I don't have anybody's line.
No, iRobot.
Oh, okay.
It's the line Will Smith says in it, like
What? He's allergic to bullshit.
Character says says a standard corporate phrase. He sneezes and says, "Oh, sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit." There.
I don't remember the line, but okay.
It's probably like the best line in the film, in my view.
Wouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, let's be honest. It's there. The book has more interesting concepts in it that could have been explored. That was just kind of generic. Action sci-fi. There, and we'll just use Asimov's name to sell it. There.
All right, back on topic.
Yeah, back on topic. There. Right. So, Asra.
Yes.
I think it's coming to. I think at some point you will have gotten some sort of sleep. There.
I would have stayed probably at the hospital and slept on one of those very uncomfortable bed chairs.
No. At some point, you just gently gotten lightly shaken, a light shake on the shoulder, and you see Anara just standing over you, and she goes, "I think, dear, at the moment, there's nothing more we can do for Kim. There, I think at the moment, maybe try and get you into bed. There, the doctors will call us if we're needed. There, see her that, or I think you might want to stretch your legs first because you're going to give yourself a terrible crack."
You never upgraded these beds. What do you expect?
Yeah, you know what it is. It's like bottom line at the moment. I'm trying to argue for it, but it's the bottom line. There.
I do get up and leave with her, but again, I still look over my...
You're hesitant.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And she probably clocked the hesitancy and she goes, "Is everything okay, dear?"
I'm just getting this, I don't know what it is, like a gut feeling not to leave her.
And you just get a calm and pat on the back of the hand. She goes, "Look, dear, don't get me wrong, yeah, I can understand what has happened, scary. She's taken a funny turn with some drugs that she's taken. And then her again, her getting those piercings in the arm, which led to blood loss. I know that's quite scary, but she is seen to by doctors who know what they're doing, and they will take good care of her.
Okay. It's just this. I don't understand. It's just almost like another voice. The only way I can explain it is like it's a really bad gut feeling.
No. And she just goes, look, it's. I think she just goes, look, I've had them quite a few times there, and with other family members, and like I would tell you, it's 50-50. Half the time when you get them, nothing happens, and then other times when you think something's gonna, it's a catch-22. There, you spend as much time fretting about gut feelings and you find nothing happens, so that the occasional time when you don't think about it, you ignore it, that's the one time when something does happen. There, and then you fret about it some more, and then the important thing is you're there for Kim, and the best way for you to be there for Kim is by making sure you take care of your own health. There, don't make yourself sick worrying about her. Okay?
Okay.
It's just as she's having that conversation and she's leading you to the car and you're getting into the back, into the seat, you're feeling a buzz from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a look to see who's messaging you?
I'm gonna look at my phone regardless. Anara knows Anara knows if I'm getting a buzz at even this hour of the night. She knows it's got to be something.
It's coming to sunrise there, so sun's starting to rise. You'll notice that it's a message from your father. Okay. It's just going, call me as soon as possible.
What I'm going to do is show it to Anara and say, you might want to say to my dad, you caught my message and that I'm asleep.
she just goes, you just see like a small smirk from Anara, and she goes, seriously, I'm not your answering machine, dear.
I understand that, but we've been out all night, and
it's just, what should I just go? And she'll just take your phone, and then she'll just go, oh, hi, Alistair, it's Anara. I'm very sorry, I just noticed you texting, the message just came up on the screen there. No, your daughter's asleep. She's, dead tired. Her and her friends, they had a wee sleepover at mine. Went into their hours. No, don't worry, they're fine. But she's just catching up on her C's. Is there anything of concern? Don't tell me there's nothing. There's not been like a accident or emergency in the family. Okay. Well, I would, if it's not an immediate concern, let her get some sleep first. Okay, but I'll make sure she gets back to your place. How about 1? Okay. Well, okay, no, that's fine. I'll start. No, you take care, darling. No. It's like, hey, does your wife hear what you say to me sometimes? Seriously, you got to be careful. There, you big old flirt. There, and she just hangs up on him. Yeah, I've given you some time. You've got until 1 p.m. and then you have to be back at your house. Looks like something. It's got your dad spooked. There.
Probably mom, as usual.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. It's at the same time, it didn't seem to be anything with your mother. It's just. He just advised there's a wee bit of company business and it's just. There might be a wee bit of backlash, so it's just. You think it's better for certain family members to be out of the public eye. There is how he worded it. That's all he said. I don't know what, your family business is doing that's going to cause backlash. The way he said it made it sound like he was expecting there to be a gunfight, They're far over dramatic sometimes there. I mean,
Well, have you seen them fight recently, Mom and Dad?
Yeah, but
He could be. Again, I've only been gone, not even 24 hours?
Dear, all I remember is when you were young, you were a sickly child, and that man, he would be pacing the corridors waiting for good news. I think he just thinks about when you're out, it's like he goes back to all those days when he had no control. I think he's just overcompensating there. Hopefully at some point he's going to learn that you're your own woman and that you can do your own things. There.
Inara, it's not Dad. It's Mom. It's always going to be Mom. You got to realize that.
Oh.
It changed the moment we moved when I was in elementary school. I don't remember what happened that day. All I ever know is you and my godfather showed up, picked me up, took me away for a couple months, brought me back, and that was it.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about what happened then. All they said was there was basically the way it was made to me was that there had been some sort of difficulties with the family company there, and there were certain aspects that had to be solved legally first, and they just didn't want you dragged in. Okay. But at the same time, was anything in the newspapers? No. I don't know what happened there. All I know is that they were both kind of concerned about it, and all that they concerned about was that you were not dragged into it. So yeah, as you said, me and your godfather, we watched you over you and you split time between us. It's based on what time we had available between us and who could manage it. There, you picked up some habits from your godfather that seriously, it's like teaching you 5-card stud. I mean, you're 5 years old. There's no need to teach you poker at that young age, and that is from what I know. He introduced you to a lot more than 5-card stud. I know he did.
Well,
I just know you made it clear that you weren't going to tell me what else he introduced you to.
No. I said nothing else after the fact. He taught me how to pick every single lock in your house.
Hold on.
What? What was that?
You're just seeing the cogs. Hold on, going.
How do you think I know how to get into everything in your house?
Hold on. So are you saying when I fired that maid when you were 8?
That wasn't actually me. That was my godfather when he was trying to teach me how to do something. It just backfired.
Right. So I fired a maid.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
have
no, no,
words
no,
with
no,
him.
no, 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 no. We did actually make it true. Yes, the maid did actually do some of that horrible stuff, like steal $500,000 from you. But that was just because I was trying to learn how to hack her computer system. That was new to both of us.
And Allard is just going, that woman's still doing time in federal jail.
She deserved.
And Allard's just going, I really need to talk to your godfather the next time I see him and maybe wring his neck.
Like I said, I only agreed on this until like after, the fact of the maid. But at least your security system has been working really well for the last 20 years.
Yeah, ever since we moved up.
Wow.
And on that note, can we head home so we can actually sleep?
Sure. We'll have a discussion about this. Too much has happened. That's too far ago.
More like you're gonna have a conversation with him. I'm just gonna stay where I am and be good.
Mm-hmm. She's just, this is too early in the morning for this. I've not had enough to drink. Seriously.
There is a Starbucks on the way home. Remember that.
No, I mean alcohol here. Something hard after what you just said to me.
All of a sudden, Astra pats her side.
Not while I'm drinking, but while I'm driving.
I was just gonna give you one of the lust pills that you know is okay to drive with.
No, I better just not take anything. And she just starts the engine and off she goes. There. Right. So Calista, as you said, you gave the vows that you grabbed, you gave that to Kent. And Ken and Slat, as Margot drove off together. Okay. So Kent, as you and Sla are driving off into the sunset, sorry, no sunrise there, you get, as you're making your way back to your apartment, you get a phone call. It's Carlos. Okay. Do you answer the call or do you just let it go to voice? You're muted, sir. So I'm guessing you're answering the call there?
Hands free?
Yep, sure. Carlos is going like, Kent, you might want to be careful. I think whoever went into that warehouse to burn it, looks like they were keeping an eye on who was leaving the area. We're on the highway going out there.
Mm-hmm.
We've had the SUV follow us the entire way.
Hey, Margot, is anybody following us?
Oh, is anybody following us?
You have a look behind a couple of cars. You do see what appears to be a black SUV.
Yep, seems like it.
Guess there's not enough traffic to try and lose them at this time of the night.
Nope. Yeah, you're coming into like, you're starting to see the sunrise basically. There. Or it's maybe not starting to rise, where it's just starting to get nice and light just before the sun comes up. Is that kind of time of the day?
Okay.
Okay.
You want me to lose them?
Oh, well, if you can do that. It was either that or I was going to call Asra's father and just tell them to back off. But if you can lose them, that would work too.
Yeah, that should be easy enough. Yeah.
Did you actually make it aware that you called Asra's? I don't think you actually told them who you called. You just said you notified someone.
Yep.
Exactly.
So you just say like whoever you called. It would be more like whoever you call. Can you tell them to back off, their guys? It would be you wouldn't know it was Alistair. You call it at the moment.
And I say.
Why do you have a ringtone when you're dialing out? Okay.
Yes, I like it. Okay.
Okay.
I got this image. You press one.
I'm sorry, that works technically actually for Alistair, and I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Well,
All this ringtone noises is just perfect for Alistair.
it's you get Alistair on the line. He goes,
Did you fight him?
"What else are you going to ruin my morning with? Is the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse riding over the horizon? Pray tell."
Oh no, is MIB 665 one of your cars?
Men in Black.
You were still there when my guys.
Yeah, basically.
What
Anyway,
vehicle-
if you can tell,
what vehicle are you in?
last this what do you call it?
Car.
Yeah, but that's the make model.
Black car. It's a black car.
Yeah, that's gonna describe like 95% of the cars going at this hour.
There's only one car following us. Just tell them to back off.
No.
Which one? What car are we in?
Describe the car that's behind us. I don't care.
No.
They need to know which car they're following. Fact check.
I'm assuming
Okay,
I'm
2000
assuming you got a fancy like
Okay.
black Cadillac or something like that.
It's the one that's showing the middle finger of the right window.
Okay. So he's driving a 2019 Rolls Royce.
Right.
There you go.
No, I wouldn't be driving anything anywhere near that flashy.
It's the 98 Toyota Camaro. Okay.
Oh my god, that's
Actually, it's the
it's a Bentley.
New York yellow cab.
It's a Bentley.
No. It's
That would be perfect. It's the New York yellow cab.
Okay, it's a Bentley. It's a 2019 Bentley. Let's go with it.
Right. All right. Okay. You just hear a moment. And he goes, "Right. Was there anyone?" And Slot, do you have this phone on speaker, or do you have it just to yourself hearing it?
Speaker.
Damn it.
Well, I guess Oh, hi, Alistair. So you're following us? That's good to know.
What do you think I called? The Ghostbusters?
There's a couple of other groups that are leaving there that you might want to not continue to follow.
Do you have their vehicles, and I can tell them to be stopped being followed.
Which? Tell them to be stopped or tell them to not to be followed? But yes, I describe Callista's unmarked cop car.
You can be such a dum-dum at times.
And Carlos was driving a black van with
tinted windows, basically.
A cable company written on the side.
Oh, yeah, right. Right.
Anybody else leaving the area might be suspicious, though. So keep those tails going.
I would just advise, Mr. Allard, you might want to keep your involvement in tonight's shenanigans secret.
What shenanigans?
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah. It was just I and my boyfriend out on a ride.
We're going to have a wee conversation there, old friend, about calls and conversations and who to have in such conversations without making other parties aware who's involved.
Oh, the mute button. Yes.
Now, is there anything else I can do for you, or are you going to ruin the rest of this night for myself / morning?
Do you want me to ruin it, or would you like me to stop here?
I wish you stopped years ago, but I know I can't ask you to do that.
Well, you can ask, but you know the answer.
Yeah, so I think the last time I asked something like this, you said, up yours where the sun don't shine.
Oh. Your wife.
I think that was the polite way you put it.
The sun don't shine. That would be a good place for a certain race of creatures.
Well, anyway, enjoy your morning. I hope your raid was satisfactory. Toodaloo. Toot, 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 toot. Oh, well, Kent, let's go get some breakfast, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Certainly. I can make you your favorite omelets.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I do like some omelets. Ooh, can we get some omelet with chicken strips? Because I really like the genocide style of that. The entire family on the same platter.
What? Chicken strips is the genocide? What?
Because you're eating mother and child.
Go for chicken and waffles if you're going to go for it.
Oh my god. That I've never actually heard that before.
We seriously need the hashtag 2D4 right now.
To die for?
Yeah.
Literally.
No, it's hashtag me too 2D4.
Me too.
We need a hammer, a bonk hammer. Come on.
Me too. D4.
Yes. Thank you.
D beat me 4-2.
Hashtag me too D4.
Right.
Yeah.
Game's been broken. Right.
Back on the road again.
He's never gonna look at eggs and chicken strips the same again.
Yeah.
I have never had chicken strips in an omelet, so I hadn't thought of it that way. But
this stuff.
What if it's a turkey egg?
You're driving
To his house, that he's going to have breakfast without going to his house. Yes.
No, I'm going to my house to make breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do
Right,
I see the car behind me?
Yeah, I think you have at some point clocked that there is a SUV, and it's one of the SUVs there that
I take a roundabout way to try and lose the tail.
it's I was, if you're just doing it kind of nonchalantly, like taking like lefts, rights, and all this, yeah, it just follows you there until you do something like, you try to go for like a red when other traffic are crossing. They're going to probably stay on you there.
So I just driving around. I go get gas, and
you go on with the rest of your day. I think what ends up happening is eventually you get them to the point where they need to actually go into the petrol station themselves to fill up their gas guzzler compared to your more slightly less gas guzzler of an American sedan there. You just do that extra half mile to the gallon that they do, but that makes the difference and you eventually lose them. But I would say that's taken like 3 hours to do. It's probably by the time you get sun has risen, it's come to about 10 a.m. there. I'd say it's, what's your plans? Because in theory, you're meant to be starting shift soon, but you've also had no sleep.
If I knew I was going to be doing this, I would have taken it would have been on a night that the next day I'm not working.
Right. Okay.
I would have taken the day off.
I think what we'll do is we've had you take the day off, but you've had to pull a string to get another officer to cover your shift. You just say, look, there's a wee bit of a family emergency. I just need the day off just to see to it. The desk sergeant's been able to get someone else to cover you. Okay. But what you find is, after you lose the tail, okay,
Go to Kent's.
You're going to Kent's. Okay. As you're probably going off to Kent's, you'll see one number popping up. And I'm probably assuming you don't answer because you're driving at the moment. And, upstanding upholder of the law, you don't answer your phone while you're driving there.
Upstanding upholder of the law. Are we talking about the same person who actually went into a warehouse?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. It's your it's your captain that's calling your phone.
I disregard his call.
And you're just seeing the number go up. 1 missed call, 2 missed call, 3 missed calls, 4.
He should be texting me if he needs me that much.
Oh no, he's eventually got the message and he goes, whenever you see this, I want you to call me urgent.
Okay, now call him an urgent.
You dirty urgent.
Request, but
I put my phone on speaker and I dial. I'm sitting in my car outside Kent's house. And I'm like, yeah, what?
Look, do you know anything about that? You know that warehouse you were wanting me to sign off on a warrant for?
What about it?
It went up in flames and there's dead bodies.
What? You can't be serious. Thank God you can't see my face.
It's like it's like,
seriously? Oh my God. When did this occur?
oh, you know how you were asking for me to give you the right to storm the place yesterday? It happened in the middle of the night.
What an amazing coincidence!
Yeah. So I'm wanting just to make sure.
What's the cause of the fire?
Well, it looks like someone raided it. As I said, we've got dead bodies with gunshot wounds, and the place went up in smoke. So it looks like someone actually set it on fire deliberately.
Oh, wow. Damn. What about the evidence I was trying to get? Damn it. All my evidence is gone.
it's such a shame, really.
All right.
Exactly.
Only if I could have gotten that warrant early, I could have done something about this, and we could have saved all that evidence.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
just
Say to the sergeant.
well,
That's exactly.
well, it's the captain speaking. It's not your sergeant, and the captain's just going. Well, let's put it this way. You're not going to be investigating that. There.
Why?
Because it's an FBI case.
Why is it an FBI case?
Because supposedly there was actual federal property in the warehouse.
How it?
You're hearing voices in your head going,
But
It's-
it,
look,
from
as
the
I said,
outside, I didn't see anything when I tried to go in last time.
look, as I said, there's two federal agents coming to talk. The fact they've actually asked, I don't know how, because I didn't even file it, because I said you needed more, more than that of what you gave me to go and file it. But it looks like the fact that we were talking about it, they somehow know about it.
They got you bad, bitch.
So they've given me a time tomorrow. Okay. You're going to be you're going to have to be in the FBI building in the city at 12 for an interview.
Tomorrow.
Yes. I'll be honest. They were asking for today.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I already took the day off.
I said I can get a hold of you and I would arrange it for tomorrow. That's the most I could.
Okay.
I was able to get. Because something's look. Look, I know we butt heads sometimes, but
Jurisdiction. It's in
some
our city. It's a warehouse. It's a freaking warehouse.
it's also the fact that they know that we were talking about it. That there's been discussions about it. And the fact that they know you were looking at it, that's the bit that's got me wondering what's going on. Okay.
There's got to be more to the story.
Look, listen, I know yesterday I was telling you were blowing smoke up my arse. I know I was. But the issue is, with what's happened now, they're going to just claim jurisdiction and kick it to a federal judge for them to look at. And we're not going to get it. So I'm going to advise you, I'm not going to ask you if you were there, okay? Because I don't want to hear an answer, okay?
You already asked me. And I said,
No. I just want to say, I asked you, what did you know about it? And I informed you. But I don't want to know if you were there this night or looking at anything. You might want to think about where you were last night and what your movements were. Yeah.
So
I can't say any more than that there.
He thought you were blowing smoke up his arse, but actually you were blowing up a warehouse in his arse.
Thankfully, he didn't say that over the speakerphone.
No. I'm in my car. So
I know.
Yeah.
Pardon me. I'm just saying, thankfully, that's not said up on the speakerphone. Else that would be a son. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to rescue. So, and you got to remember, even if you're thinking they're stepping outside jurisdiction, it's the feds. Don't give them just cause to.
She turns on her funky music.
Ain't that funky?
Music, like, boy.
Oh, she's mad now. It's
Yeah.
like,
Right, I get the message, Calista. I'll hang up now.
okay, bye. I hang up, I go upstairs and I tell Kent, well, now it's a federal investigation.
So how did they find out that you were looking into it?
I have no clue. I'll find out tomorrow at noon.
Just a second. I go over to one of the walls. I open what looks like a wall, but it isn't actually a wall. It's just a disguised area to get to a control panel.
Yep.
And I push in a code, and then I push in another code, and I say, okay, wait like 30 seconds. Do any alarms go off detecting any bugs in my apartment?
Let's get you to spend a point of wealth for that feature.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's the upkeep cost, baby.
Yes, exactly. And making sure that it's all updated and that it's been recently done.
You're paying good money for the good security.
Yeah.
It's been spent.
Yep. Okay. Nope, it's giving you the green light. You've got
Okay.
nothing. It's when Carlos had his contractor for this install it, they actually discussed there's also a privacy mode, which will basically, if anyone wants to be trying to do a microphone pickup at your window, they'll just get white noise instead. And you actually get the green light for that coming up. So,
Okay. Does anybody need their cell phones? Because I'm going to put us into silent mode so that even if nobody can even listen in on your cell phones at the moment.
right.
Don't need it. I already talked to the captain.
Okay, well, good. Now he can't call you. Well, he can call you. He'll just get a busy signal or a no answer. Okay. So maybe somebody's bugged. Well, I don't see how they would have bugged your office because that doesn't make much sense, but they might have bugged your captain's office.
Why would the feds bug his office? It's
Well, how else could they have found out that you were asking them about it?
I think back.
Oh, and here's an omelet.
Oh, thank you. I replay the events of the day from the previous day, who I talked to, who I saw, anything stand out from the conversation with the captain about the warehouse.
You have a think about it, and it's like
A traitor?
it's like you're having a think, and it's like, okay, the captain is chewing you out. In your eyes, he's maybe been a wee bit pedantic about, police procedure, about, you going to the warehouse. Okay, that was the previous place of employment for Mr. Devereaux. Okay. The fact that they could have potentially just taken the time to say, look, unfortunately, the gentleman was never employed with us when we took over the place. That's all they really needed to say to you. The fact that they just hardballed you. But there's a lot of reasons for them to do it. But it's just the way it got at you suggested that maybe they were hiding something. But at the same time, he was highlighting, look, there's nothing apart from gut instinct. I can't just take gut instinct to the judge to sign off the warrant. So maybe
I'm talking about remembering, but also in my mind, everyone can see peripherals when they're talking to someone.
So you're wondering if anyone seemed to be paying a bit too much attention. Right, okay. Let's get a focus roll for you to just have that moment, just trying to, do that Sherlock's mind palace.
Wow.
There.
Nice. Or should I say it's superb?
Well, it was quite a bit of a heated argument. So people were looking. Okay. It was because it wasn't done in his office, it was done in the pool, right? By your desk. Okay. So there was other officers around. There it's just when you're thinking about it, most of them it's trying to think, yeah, a lot of them were paying attention to it, but a lot of it is just also it's trying to ascertain with them who are paying attention because it's a show and they're getting the popcorn and they're just wanting to watch you and the captain butt heads.
But we always butt heads. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Butt heads.
Yeah.
So.
But some people, that's their favorite show in the precinct there, So it's like some of them set their clock to it. They know you're going to have
the Calista Captain Hour.
Yeah, basically, they know it's there. They've got the popcorn ready. They've got the soda, the gallon bottle of soda ready to go.
Was there a face there that I've never seen before?
It's when you're. There was actually one face you don't recognize, and. Well, you do recognize him, but it's not one that you generally see in the office because he's in internal affairs, the officer in question.
Here's your leak.
And is it a person that I don't see eye to eye with? Like,
this is officer. He's an IA, but that's. You've never had a chance to interact with this. I'm going to say,
if you're dealing with internal affairs, then you've done something wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've had the occasional civilian claiming you mishandled them with our arrest. Now you had to look over and go, no, everything we're seeing that shows it's just them being overzealous there. There's not, from what we're seeing from the street cam footage and all that, we have no issue with it. Okay. But those are the lower ups. From what this guy would have been another captain there. And his name is Captain Murdoch. Okay.
Murdoch.
Is he really close to retirement?
No, it's not. That's Mortar.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Oh, Murdoch. Oh, the Murdoch mysteries. Yes. Yeah. Is he British?
It's Murdoch, right? His name. You never caught his first name. I think it's literally no. The officers, when they seem to talk about him, they don't really seem to talking about him because. If you've got under his scrutiny, you've fucked up in some way, whether that is because you're a bad cop or you made a very bad mistake. You're going to get a grilling when he's involved. And it's just what you remember. It's just as the captain was going back into his office to, slam the door, you remember seeing his face in the captain's office.
Do you know anything about a Captain Murdoch?
Who's this you're asking to?
Kent.
Kent. Okay.
Let me check my system.
Yeah, well, illegally obtained files.
We haven't gone through those ones yet.
Totally legally acquired files.
Gone through the most recently acquired ones yet.
Yes. I wonder how much left them the word acquired by dubious means is doing here.
It's doing a lot of heavy lifting down there.
Yeah.
Murdoch. You don't have a first name, but Captain, Internal Affairs, Police. Enter.
You get a file. Comes up.
His real first name is Noah, by the way.
Noah. Noah Murdoch. Thank you.
You know a guy? Well, if you know a guy, you know a guy.
So it's Noah. Yeah. So Noah Murdoch. I think there seems to be the suggestion somehow in the file it's made it clear that he doesn't like being called Noah.
Good to know.
It's like basically it seems to be ever since like a certain point, it just seems to be all, most all it comes down is like it's N Murdoch. That's it. You don't see any reference.
When his first name comes up, he doesn't like that the arc of that conversation.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
I just thought of that one. I had thought of Noah randomly, but okay.
At least it doesn't have to deal with pairs of animals. We're good.
Yeah.
What about pairs of puns that come by two?
Exactly.
Sorry.
All right. So, what other information is there about him besides the fact that he doesn't like his first name?
That's the first thing that probably a psychologist is like, with this information you've got and like certain information you have as a psychologist, put a recommendation. That's one of the first things the psychologist has said, just with the way they're reading it. You've actually had certain officers in the force, you've had certain individuals by two names that we know of, but are not going to be repeated. Yeah, you've had them do tailoring work, okay, because you've been trying to get a better idea of, for your project, if there's going to be anyone that you could trust in the force with it. So they did tail them, and the issue is the way they describe it is they don't see him doing anything that's incorrect there. But at the same time, it's like the way they say it is either this guy is the perfect paragon of what it is meant to be as a perfect officer. Okay.
Yeah. Not doing nothing suspicious is very suspicious.
Or he's just, no one's that perfect. Yeah. And that's basically the conclusion from, Dorrell and Carlos. He's too clean. Okay. This is coming from two ex-Fed agents that you hired. They're going, he's too clean,
Margot, is there any chance this guy is related to you somehow? Racially?
Margot is there. Has been the entire time just sitting on a chair and looking out the window,
And eating an omelet.
sipping a libation. Okay.
Has Margot changed into something more comfier
Yes.
there? What have you changed into?
Oh, it is this. It is a tracksuit with the Adidas logo and everything, like black and white stripes, and it's like as casual as you can get.
Right.
Also looks very out of place in certain someone's
apartment. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I look like
You're dressed like a referee? What?
No, it looks more like a Russian thug.
Boy, so you got like a big gold chain around your neck. Is that?
Oh yeah. Let's go with that.
So is this guy any racially relationship to you?
I don't know, maybe.
He seems to be too perfect.
Either yes or no. I can't tell. The paper doesn't say, or does it? Show me.
You have a look. If the issue with the paper is when you're looking at it, you see the face. It's not a face you recognize.
Yeah, it's not a face I recognize, but that doesn't mean nothing.
Exactly. That's the issue.
Yeah. I don't see any spells on it either, so the information is legit. Blah.
Okay.
I would need to see his face, not his picture, to
Okay.
figure out more.
Maybe you could be Callista's what's it? Not
CI.
well, no, her like the representative.
I'm not her handler.
Advocate.
Advocate.
No, but
A
there's
representative.
that
Union rep.
kind of thing. It like union rep, but the police version of that.
It's a union rep.
It's literally the union rep for the US police.
Yeah,
but on all the
UK,
on all
we
the
don't
cop
call
shows,
them
they have a
police
different name for
unions.
that.
We call them police federations.
But
There, in the UK.
perhaps you could go as her representative, because I'm sure he'll be the one asking the questions. But that's a tomorrow problem.
No,
For a today problem,
Could be the feds.
it's the feds. That's IA.
okay.
He's
You're right. Never mind. Bad idea. Well, he might be there anyway, but
You could hire a lawyer to go with her, and I could be the lawyer's aide.
Yes, the FBI.
I mean, you can have me pretend to be a lawyer, but that's never going to hold up in a court.
Or it could be ATF.
Actually,
It could be ATF, which is arms.
alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
oh, you want me to pretend to be another federal agent? Yeah, that's going to go off fine. Yeah, oh, sure. I think I got
That's
Again,
a crime.
That's a tomorrow
Wouldn't be the
problem.
first time.
The today problem is, okay, it took you like an extra 3 hours to get here. What were you doing? And
I was
what could?
somebody tailing me.
Oh, what they didn't leave at, and I give them the time that I asked Alistair to stop. But they didn't leave at that such and such a time. They kept following you.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Maybe he wasn't the only one sending followers. So we need to come up with an alibi for you from before that time.
Yep. But I think it was probably the FBI that was tailing me.
Ah.
So I was at the diner.
Yeah, but you can't use that as an alibi because the diner was closed.
But I came out of the diner. And that's when they picked me up.
Well, are you sure they probably just picked you up when you got back to your car?
Right.
Because it was a back alley from the diner, so it wasn't. So what were you doing in that neighborhood besides not blowing up a warehouse?
I was meeting one of my informants.
Good one. That works because he's in that neighborhood and would know about the goings and comings at the warehouse. That makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Now,
So now
just out
you've
of
got
curiosity,
one.
do you have an informant that you have actually named on the books that who would be willing to lie for you?
But he was there. Pocket was there.
That's what I'm just wanting to highlight because I just didn't want you to use that same excuse and then I then pull that question up in the next session and I sideline you because that'll be the thing that they'll ask is when you've got a CI for police accountability, they're meant to be registered.
He is registered.
He is registered. That's what I'm just saying. Who are you thinking of who are you going to name? Right?
But that's his code. That's his code. That's what I call him.
Yeah. No, that's fine. So you just have to bring pickpocket in and just explain what you need him to tell and what you need him to admit.
Well, pickpocket, since you're here,
Well,
what are we going to say tomorrow?
what do you want
We
me to
met
say?
at We had, it was after hours, and you gave me information about the comings and goings of what at the warehouse.
Sure. that
And
works.
all of a sudden we turn around and it blew up.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
The thing just to remember, Slav, with you being Faye, you can't tell an untruth. You can omit certain details. But if you were asked specifically, you can't. So you can maybe talk around the point like a smart politician can, but you cannot outright lie there.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
especially
about
if
right.
You can pretend you're
Especially
drunk
if
and
they-
not understanding the questions.
Well, okay, the thing is that we turned around and we saw the fire. We didn't do the fire.
We didn't start the fire.
The fire.
The place was burning as we were turning. We started the fire.
Okay.
Now the funny
I'm just loving the ideas you guys coming up with because I now know what questions these FBI agents are going to be asking.
Oh,
Difficult ones, I assume.
hey pickpocket, let's talk offline. Talk offline about what we're going to be saying to
As
the
the camera fades, okay, to you guys having that conversation, we're going to come over to Asra, okay, and it's like you finally get home. Your dad's there. He's smiling at the porch. He has a wee tete-a-tete with Anara there. Eventually, a few kisses on the cheek. She comes in, and he just goes, right. Has anything happened last night?
No, I had my friend Kim over. We were having a sleepover. That's
Okay.
basically it.
Okay. All right. Okay. And no one's been following you or anything like that?
Ma, Dad, I'm very careful.
No. No, it's just the reason why I'm asking is it looks like something came to my attention and that was a potential threat to us. So I had to take care of it. But it looks like whoever was the people that we were looking into became aware that we were looking into them. So a few of our employees have had accidents, according to the police, but I don't believe that.
Has Anara checked on them?
Anara doesn't know about this, and the thing is, they've not been sent to supposedly I don't know who's got the hold of the bodies because I asked about, well, how do we know it's an accident? And they said it's already been ruled off. So I don't know. I think someone's pulling strings.
So
And my concern is the individuals that I'm talking about are some of our security experts. Okay.
Dad, can I see the computer real quick?
Why?
You can blame my godfather later. Can I see the computer?
Oh, that's an easy scapegoat.
You make it easy. It's,
Yes, you did actually.
right. So he watches what you're doing. He just says, I don't know what you're expecting to pull up on.
You have all your security detail literally down to the clock. You make them pinpoint exactly by coordinate where they are at any given moment. By the hour, on the hour.
The job that they were doing, they were off schedule.
Dad?
I am telling you, these guys were off schedule.
Dad, you always keep a record regardless of who's on clock and who's off.
I know what you're talking about. I know you call me anal retentive father. I know that. There. But I am telling you, dear, this was last minute. Because you know how you say to blame your godfather? He's the one that called me to make me aware of this threat.
Oh.
And I had to move that last minute. This is something I've not been able to plan. Normally, if I knew about this, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, I would have taken months to plan it. I would have had it down to the second. I would have known where everyone was. There. No, this was last minute.
Dad?
I grabbed the guys I could grab.
Stop.
Yes.
You have a folder of your special units that my godfather made for you. It's right here.
Yes, who do you think I used? The tier 1 guys are dead, all of them.
Okay. Guess what?
What?
I'm calling him.
Right. And this is when you get an engaged tone.
So
You have reached X. Unfortunately, I'm unavailable due to an engagement party.
Clicks.
I am getting engaged.
Okay, clicks it, starts ringing it again. Here's the voicemail again. Clicks it, starts ringing it again. At the same point, she's picking up your phone and hitting the first number, which is a direct line to a phone. Only X answers for you.
Yep. You call up? That's coming up engaged also. Yeah. Motherfucker, I know. It's like
Sorry.
So as both of them are going off and I have the voicemail and it goes to the end, I go, you're calling me one way or another, or you're going to meet one of my iron cannonballs when I see you, and hangs it up.
You're going to mate? What?
Meat.
You want to rephrase that?
Meat. One of the iron
You're
cannonballs.
going to stick your meat in a cannonball. No, what? No.
She's
Right.
like, she's
Oh, sorry, I was thinking bowling ball.
The thing is, as Astra's getting all mad, her dad's backing off because she's starting to sound like her mother.
Yeah. Meanwhile, going back to this X. You're having that discussion in the penthouse suite of Kent's house about Kent's tower about what can be done. When a wee window appears, a rip in reality, and out steps a brother to the poor individual that you found dead.
Oh, hello, newbies.
And he just goes,
Where do you come from? I thought this place was secure.
No.
and basically the creature just looks at you and goes, "You should not mix business with your house. There is no threshold here."
Yeah, probably a good point.
And he just goes to Slav.
It's just so easy to come into this house when it didn't have a threshold.
And he just goes to Sla and he just goes, have you got any more information on the red box my master desires?
Yeah, I'm trying to dig into it, but these obstacles keep on getting in the way. I'm currently using this man's computer to try and find out who's responsible for it, but apparently his operation has been infiltrated by outsiders that he didn't even know about. So it's taking me a while.
And would this be related by any chance with the mobilization of other supernatural forces in the city?
Oh, damn, you're good. Now, what a boss man likes you.
Let's put it this way. Oh, the White Court have moved men that people weren't expecting to be moved. And in their movement, someone else, an unknown party, has moved, and in doing so, in their actions have moved through the Never Never.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
That's a shame.
So
Any casualties?
no, but they have riled up the summer and winter courts.
Oh.
And you know how Mab doesn't like her territory being violated?
Yeah, she's a bit particular about it.
Yes. So I would suggest that if you don't want to be in a city that has her visiting to deal with the transgressors, you might want to solve the riddle and leave the city.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
The only reason why I'm doing this, Law, is this is common courtesy. I'm hoping that by doing so, you find the killer to my brother.
That's the plan.
If you can bring him to me alive, that would be appreciated.
Oh, I'll do one better. I'll let you hunt it once I find it.
Don't take too long.
I mean,
he just, as he says that, he just steps back and he just turns to the two humans and he goes, I trust. He looks at the two humans and then goes back to you and goes, I trust that these two know not to speak aloud of what we've talked about.
oh, even if they do, no one's going to believe them.
Yeah, I was sitting in my apartment and this person walked through a hole in the air, and yeah, nobody's going to believe me anyway.
Yeah. It's better just for your life expectancy not to talk. And the actual portal closes back up.
Oh, fuck.
Right. I'll think I'll end it there.
Good timing.
Good timing.
Because I just want to remind you guys, you've been pulling that one thread, but I've left you 20 other threads to pull that you've been leaving unpulled, guys.
It's been 3 weeks. 3 sessions of doing this warehouse thingy so I can get back to pulling that thread.
I know.
And there's been like 6 sessions in between that.
Let's be honest, these Anubis guys are impatient bastards.
Yeah, I know. They're fickle, fickle
84
that way.
It's been 84 years. Yes, Titanic reference.
Okay.
Now that's definitely a session.
Yep.
Well, I have fun.
We never even got to look at what the evidence said.
Your voicemail is going to be horrible when you're able to listen to it.
Delete all. Oh,
That's more likely than you think.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
So, what did you guys enjoy? So, I know normally with the certain aspects, it's generally a lot of it is more open about you knowing what to roll, what you're rolling against. Okay, but I thought in certain aspects, I wanted to keep it hidden what the rolls, what you're rolling against, just to add a wee bit of tension. How do you guys find that? There, you like to,
Found it incredibly amusing.
both
especially
amusing
when
and
it's yourself suffering
yes,
from it.
Yes, both amusing and frustrating, but
No, that's fair enough. I probably
Well,
wouldn't try it if I'm going to do it again. I probably wouldn't do it that much. There, it's more like, but
I don't know what it's. I'm like, am I supposed to beat it? Am I supposed to be less than it? You know what?
I'm sorry.
yeah, in that case, you're always supposed to beat it, but you don't know what it. The problem is you don't know what it is.
Right, and I got a 1, so there's no.
Everyone's talking to me at the moment. Sorry, I'll come.
30 seconds.
Well, give me a second. The wife's bugging me, and I'm going to.
Oh.
He ran away from us, folks.
Oh no!
Yeah, the
Run away.
audio visual sync problems are something we're trying to fix, but unless we can upgrade the server machine, I don't think it's gonna happen. And we don't have the funds for that. Yes,
Okay,
in real
he
life
didn't
quest.
have to go. He really didn't have to go. He got pulled away for absolutely nothing. It's written on his face.
Oh, don't worry. I would have found it amazing. She could have waited. That's all, you know. I was just Hideo Kojima just breaking the fourth wall by having stickers in Death Stranding of tall necks from Horizon Zero Dawn there. So someone put up a holographic sticker of a massive robotic dinosaur in the game. And I'm going, dear, you could have sent this to me. You could have shown me afterwards. You didn't need to drag me away at this moment.
Right. I mean, we're in the best of our game.
She has to demonstrate her power.
Yes, because somebody has already stated
On
he was
that
in it.
roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, so no, what it was is like when it comes to fate, it's always rolling equal to or over. Okay.
Well, I totally got 1.
Oh, you don't know. I could have rolled all negatives there. I could have rolled a -4. I didn't, but I could have.
Yeah, the success possibilities in this game is something between -4 and +9.
Yeah.
So you depends on what the other party rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 1 isn't necessarily bad.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily good either.
Yeah, 1 is basically average. You know it. You know, it's just, you know, and it could be that, you know, you've got great skill in something there, like in other versions of Fate. You might have a insanely high skill drive and for skill, but it might end up being an average result for you because of like stuff like conditions of the road. You know, it's just if you don't have a clear road, you don't always get the best driving.
Is there any equivalent in this system to leveling up?
Right. So
yes, there is.
There is. So I think with the warehouse burning down. Okay.
So we leveled down. Okay.
No. So with the warehouse burning down, I would say it's not going to be. I'm trying to think of the actual wording that's used for it. DFA. Great powers. The journey of 1,000 miles. It will be. So at any point after a session, okay, you always have the ability of a minor, milestone. This is like a minor milestone is for you to, you just realize, hold on, the way I envision this character and the way I am playing it is two totally different things. I want to make slight adjustments that more accurately reflect it. Okay. So this is where you might do stuff like where you might switch the ratings of two approaches, or you might rename an aspect there to properly reflect how you're playing it. You might swap out a stunt for another one. Okay. You can, if you got refresh greater than one, you can spend one refresh to choose a new stunt. Okay. That's available from your mantle, or to create a new one. Okay. Or if you've marked Doom and it's been in recovery for a whole session, clear it. None of those ones would apply. Then you get significant. Okay. So one of the things you can do, so on a significant milestone, you choose one of the minor milestone benefits, and optionally, you don't have to, but you can, one of the following. Okay. You add one to one approach, not to exceed superb of a +5. Okay.
Approach those like our skills?
Yeah, approach,
Okay.
Like your haste, your intellect. Okay. If your refresh is greater than one, you can spend one refresh to choose a new stunt from a different mantle. Okay. If the stunt is coupled with a condition, you must acquire that condition before you may take the stunt.
Okay.
There. And then you've got, so I say the fact that there's burning down of the warehouse has changed things that are going on in the city. So I would say that is significant. You might not know the full significance of it and what's moved it, but it's caused things to move there. Okay. So I would say that's quite significant. It's not just, people in different groups are taking notice of this. Okay. The reason why I was doing the role, it was actually to see if your involvement in it had been noted. Okay. And it's not necessarily Alistair's people knowing it. It's whether or not if other people by other means might have noticed you. Okay. There.
So when I called Alistair and asked him to back off, did that car leave, or was that not Alistair's?
The fact that car backed off, you're led to believe that was one of his guys.
Okay.
There. But you're not sure, but you wouldn't be.
Yeah.
That's what your impression would be, right? The fact that it's backed off. Okay. What Sarah's character would know is that some of her dad's guys who were there that night, they appear to have been ambushed at some point there themselves.
They have not checked into the family, so we have no clue where they are at the moment, and that is terrifying to know.
Thus potentially explaining the bodies that Valerie's captain was talking about.
Well, the thing is, it would be, by the sounds of it, when Alistair's guys went in, they went in to kill there. So at the moment,
the bodies could be a mix then.
Bodies could be a mix there. The fact that, as I said, when you were looking at the warehouse, you were seeing what was appearing to be elements of, there's, flashbangs going off, there were screams, and then the scream stopped. It's not clear who screams or what. Okay.
By the way, yes, Tricky, it is called Fate. And if you want a 5-hour explanation of what Fate is, talk to John.
Also,
You think you're gonna survive with 5 hours only? Not gonna happen.
No.
Also, did we ever do Froggy's question about their own amusement about the blood donation?
No, I know in Moonlight, the series, they can, but the vampires can drink from blood banks.
All right. Okay. So this is the thing when it comes to them Red Court vampires. Yes, they could feed off donated blood. Do they want to? No.
It's kind of sour, right? Yeah.
Well, this is the thing.
Well,
the way they look at it, they're predators. They're eating from lesser beings. Why would they? The way they would look at it, there's no such thing as being a vegetarian. Okay, as being like a Red Court vampire. Okay, it's like the closest you get to someone trying to be maybe being like Red is what you've got is Red Court. What's classed as a Red Court infected. So if someone is, started the transition to being turned, but it's not had their first kill, okay, they'll find that they've got that thirst for blood, but they're like in a halfway state, okay? So they need to, but if they kill someone and slake their thirst, they will turn from that being in that halfway state into being a full Red Court vampire, okay? So this is where you find if there's anyone who's trying to be something more than being normally like a Red Court vampire, it might be someone that's been infected, but they're trying not to turn, okay? Or if you don't get me wrong, in this game, this is the Dresden Files accelerated game, so it's based on the world of Jim Butcher's Dresden Files, okay? Is what Tricky's looking at. There's a previous version of this game which used an older version of Fate for this, which goes really in depth about certain things about, instead of doing it through approaches, it does it through skill trees, it does it through, like, there's magic is way, it's one of the coolest systems for magic, but I prefer the accelerated version because when it happens, it's a streamlined version. You're not getting bogged down for hours trying to work out what the magic effects are there, which when you were going with some of the more crazier stuff in the older version, it could get really bogged down because of all the mechanics, because they tried to simulate every aspect of it there, which was I think one of the issues when you're trying to create rules for everything, things can get bogged down there, especially when you're got it is a variation. So the newest version of Fate is what's called, so you'll get variations of Fate, but the current package of it is there's what's called Fate Core, Fate Accelerated, and Fate Condensed. Okay. This one, Dresden Files, is a repackaged version of Accelerated to work with the Dresden Files universe. There is other Fate games that are universe based. So there is one called Fate of Cthulhu, which is a mixture of Lovecraftian with the Terminator style, because basically Cthulhu rises and you're coming back from if your characters from the future, you're coming back from the past, try and prevent Cthulhu from rising, or one of the other Lovecraftian horrors. Okay, that uses condensed variation of the rules instead. And then there's other games that you can get either the core, you can get the books, and you can just get, some of them it's not full rewritings, it's just actually just additional books that you can add on. So you use the main rules, from one book, and then you just have, oh, here's the setting. That's what you add to it there. So no, there's the reason why I like them as books. That's how small they are. So if you're starting a game, I find if I get a D&D book to show you.
I have a D&D book.
He missed you saying that.
I know he did. I'll let him get the D&D book because I'm about to make him laugh.
There's the difference in size.
It's not as small as this one.
And the general rule with
John?
Yep.
It's not as small as this one.
Deities and demigods. This is a thing. D&D over the years has just became bloated there. And they've created a model of books where they go, oh, you'll give you a player's handbook. Then we'll give you another book for the GM. And then we'll give you another book for all the monsters.
Another book for Voldemort!
But that's a TSR book.
I know that's a TSR book there. I'm just saying the models. It kind of makes.
Just to let you know, I've got to go in like.
Oh, you need to go.
Okay.
Sure.
It's almost 5:30.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's. I think it's one of these ones where they've got the market so they can do that. But I think for other role-playing games, there's not it's kind of hard to justify making all those extra books there because there's generally not the demand for them. Yeah, I think I'm the only one who's read nearly every single Dresden File book, and the only stuff I haven't read of the Dresden Files. This is a thing. It's like when I would say with like say D&D, if you're looking at D&D, you look at all the different races and character classes spread over so many books. Is then you're going to go, if you want all the options, you have to have all these books there. Whereas for this version of Dresden, it's all in one book. I prefer that there. It's like they just basically, don't get me wrong, I could take the other books for Dresden File and use that and just do adaptations there to go with, okay, I don't have stat lines for these creatures from the series in this book, but I've got other creatures that I do have stat lines for the old version and the new one, so I can actually get an idea how we convert it to work to the newer version. So I'll see you later.
Use the Force.
Yep.
And I'm going to screw up all your cameras.
Yep. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Are we just gonna all leave then?
Yeah,
let's we'll be leaving because screwed up cameras go away.
Except only John's camera is not the one screwed up.
Yep, exactly. I've got the power here, folks.
He's the most important one of us.
Bonus naturals, folks. Oh, not bonus naturals, it's bonus gumbo.
Bonus
For this
gumbo.
one.
Yeah.
Bonus
Yep,
Gambo,
bonus.
everyone.
Yep, bonus gumbo.